Welcome to Bits and Pieces. I'm still trying to clean out the pantry, and this is the first 4 days of August and what I cooked. So I have these tiny tomatoes that came out of the garden. This was Monday's harvest. And then breakfast, I finished off some of the hash I'd made over the weekend and had a piece of toast with peanut butter. And then for lunch, I had leftover chicken and rice and the cucumber salad. I ate out for dinner. Tuesday's breakfast was the same. And that is my tiny harvest for Tuesday, jalapenos and tomatoes. I used leftovers from Sunday night's dinner for with chicken tikka masala, and I made some cardamom rice to go with it. You will see that rice later in the week. Then for dinner, I made a lentil stew. I needed to make enough to take to a friend who was in an accident, and they also have celiac, so I had to be careful of making sure I didn't have any wheat products. So it was just vegetables, some of my homemade vegetable broth. I used red lentils as a thickener, and then green lentils as well in there. Went through 3 cans from the pantry, yay! 2 of tomatoes and 1 of corn. This is what I took to the friend's house. The lentil stew served over rice, and Butch for the Bite is one of my favorite meals. There's Wednesday's harvest, so tiny. And then Wednesday's breakfast was the same. And then I used my leftovers from Monday night fajitas to make one of my rice bowls, and I made fresh rice for this as well. This used up the last of the lettuce that I got from the co-op, so I wanted more. You'll see that in the grocery haul. This was leftovers for lunch of the stew. And then that evening I made used the cardamom rice to make a rice pudding for the youngest child. Added a little bit of cinnamon, which goes very well with the cardamom, and I used just vanilla almond milk and a bit of sugar and cooked it until it was nice and thick. And put that in the fridge overnight. And then, Thursday's harvest. A few more tomatoes, but tiny. This is the bagels that my neighbor had given me, and I just made a quick egg sandwich out of it. I was very excited to get these bagels for something a little bit different, as well as the tortilla chips that he gave me. And I made a chicken salad for my lunch and served that also on one of the bagels with some of the leftover cucumber salad that I had earlier. And then I started to make tortilla soup, which was inspired by getting the tortillas and being able to find the hatch chili peppers on clearance. So this was very heavy into the vegetables, and I cut up the hatch chilies really fine, as well as one of the jalapenos from my garden, and used some of the tomatoes that I got on clearance as well, and some of the garlic from my garden, which, by the way, I just pressed these in without peeling them. And then I just sauteed them up in olive oil, starting with the peppers and onions and cooking to a little bit tender. And then I added the onions and garlic, and then started adding the other ingredients after those had cooked a little bit, which I put the canned chicken in without draining it. Same with the corn. I did drain the rice and beans. Here's the tortillas, and I had some of that melting cheese that I bought on clearance a while back. I still have had a couple of balls in the freezer, so I pulled one out. It shreds really nice while it's frozen. And then just served the tortilla soup on top of that. And as a salad to go with it, I had some canned peaches and some of that cottage cheese I'd gotten previously on clearance. Am I the only one that remembers that from my childhood? It seems to me when I was a kid, the canned fruit with cottage cheese was a very popular salad. It was served in all the cafes and the steakhouses. I love this stuff. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed it. Anyway, this particular meal used up a lot of the canned goods from the pantry, which I'm excited about. Once again, if you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe. And thank you for joining us at Bits and Pieces.